So hello there, this is Suman from the channel Suman Tech and from the channel ANDRO WORLD also, and for my own channel there is a link in the description below, so check that link before leaving this channel and make sure to hit the notification bell for Suman Tech also to get all the notifications of our every upcoming videos, and like our videos, subscribe and share our videos, comment on below to put suggestions and queries from me. Thanks for watching Suman Tech and thanks for your time. So first pros for Samsung Galaxy M20, there is its display, and Samsung has used its own manufactured a new kind of display. This is Infinity V kind of display with a water drop notch on the display, and less bezels for the smartphones also has been given in the on the chin there are fine bezels, not that much thick ones, and the screen to body ratio is about 90%, more than 90%. And for the display there is a 6.3 inches of full HD plus display with an aspect ratio of 19.5:9, so this is kind of great one. And in this price segment from Samsung, actually, to get a full HD plus resoluted display. So and nextly for the pros, you can get the camera, because for the camera the secondary lens is really some kind of workless, because not worthless, that is workless. And also because you can say you can get live focus, you can get portrait kind of images in a single lensed camera, single lens rear camera, because Redmi A1 has also showed you that. And in this camera also for the Samsung Galaxy M20, there is no dedicated depth sensing camera, still you can get live focus or portrait mode. So simply one camera is efficient for getting a portrait or live focus images. And nextly for that there is a dedicated wide angle lens for the secondary lens also in the rear back of the smartphone, so you can get ultra wide angle lens, ultra wide angle images with 120° of wide angled pictures with the dedicated wide angle sensor. And nextly for the pros, you are getting a 5000 milliampere of huge battery from Samsung in this kind of price segment, along with the USB Type-C port and 3x fast charging with 15 watt of adaptive fast charger. That is kind of a great one to get such kind of specifications related to battery and charger with that smartphone in the range of 12 to 13k. So these are really awesome one. And for the pricing, if you think so, that 3 gigs of RAM and 32 gigs of internal storage has been priced at 10,999, that is 11,000, and for the 4 gigs of RAM and 64 gigs of internal storage has been priced at 12,999, that is 13,000, you can say. And another pros you can say for the processor, if you go to the processor section, there is a recent most launched processor by Samsung, that is Exynos 7904, which is an octa-core processor with 2 A73 ARM Mali 73 processors, ARM Cortex 73 processors, and other 6 are a little bit less speeded ARM Cortex A53 processor cores, you can say. Actually these are the cores, so 2 Cortex A73 cores and 6 are A53 cores. So the processor has been clocked at a great clock speed of 2.2 GHz. So these are some kind of pros for the smartphone. And if you go to the cons of the smartphone, there are not that much cons for the smartphone, but every product has goods and bads also. So for this smartphone, it also has a bad sides, because first of all you can face some kind of lags and some kind of, not actually lags, sorry for that, and you can face some frame drops in PUBG or Asphalt 9 or some Call of Duty games, you can say so. So these are the problems for the smartphone. And for the camera, if you think so, that you can face low quality of low light images, so because the aperture is not the much lower one with a 2.2 and 2.0 f 2.0 and 2.2 are the apertures for the 2 lenses of rear cameras. So you will not be able to get a great quality of low light photographies. And nextly, if you think about the cons, you can face a big problem with the fingerprint sensor, because it has been it has been placed in a higher position, so you have to bring your finger like this one to get the fingerprint sensor. whenever your smartphone like you are holding your smartphone like this, you can, if it is easier to get the fingerprint sensor on that position, but in this phone this is at that position, so it is a bit higher. I mean, it is in a bit higher position to get the fingerprint sensor. So it is not that much easier for you to use the smartphone whenever you are trying to reach the fingerprint sensor pretty easily and pretty hurry. And if you are thinking about the gaming, then you can face actually some heating issues in the smartphone whenever you are gaming with your smartphone for a long time, for a long-term processing. So these are the cons for the smartphone. But overall, if you want to know my opinion about the smartphone, then if I had the money or I had the capability to buy the smartphone, then I would have used the smartphone for once at least in my hand. So hope you have got my words, and thanks for being towards Suman Tech also, and thanks for your time for spending with me.